everyone. Welcome to On the Porch. My name is Scott Bottrell. Today I have a special guest with me, my friend and one of my favorite musicians and artists around, Mr. Ryan Balthrop. How you doing today, my friend?
Doing well. How are you, sir?
Man, it's so good to see you.
Thanks for
Thank
having me.
you for coming out and talking with us today.
My
Super
pleasure.
excited. We got a lot of stuff we're going to cover, but and I can sit here and talk for half an hour about Ryan's history and what he's done and where he's come from. And
Half an hour, that's it?
well, I'm just saying we're on time restrictions.
Okay, got it.
But everyone should know this man, and I don't know if you don't know this man, you should. But right now, for those that don't, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you came from, where your music came from, how this came about, my friend?
Born '74 in Albany, Georgia, and then moved here when I was 5, and right after Hurricane Frederick. And then just grew up bus tables at Bojangles on Azalea Road, and went to McGill-Tulane, and went to South Alabama, and was discovered singing karaoke at Poor
Really?
Richards. Yeah, and I was in a band, it's Coldwater Flat, and then we became Slow Moses, but that was '94.
When did you start playing music? When did all this come about?
I was 19.
19.
Yep.
Now, for those
Underage at Poor Richards.
For those of you who've heard Ryan, you'll notice that he has this natural vocal ability that will blow your mind. Did this just one day at 19 you just started singing? You were like, oh my God, I'm awesome.
I sang in choir. I sang in school choir at St. Pius, and you know, learned a lot of harmonies through being in choir. And,
Nice.
And then I did some theater stuff, but I really choir. And my mom would always sing harmony in church.
Nice.
And so
you sang with the family in church, and okay, that makes a lot of sense.
She would never sing the melody. She'd always sing the harmony to whatever was going on.
Okay, pushed you to get out there in front.
Yeah, so it kind of trained my ear a little bit.
And so you've been doing this for 20 years now. I mean, you've been in countless bands and countless projects and all that. Is there any specific ones you really want to do some shout outs? Like one of my favorites that I missed, Slide By You. I wish you guys were all still rolling on with that.
We're still hang out. We need to
get them boys together.
Yeah. We'll do some. You know, Harrison just had a baby, you know.
Oh man, we had Harrison. He was our first On the Porch interview, and it was all about the baby. It was a beautiful thing. We're gonna get him back one of these days. Oh man, Dandy.
Yeah,
I just went over and held
Harrison.
her for about an hour the other day, and she's just a beautiful little thing.
Yep. I can't wait to meet her.
So 20 years in, we got a lot of things that we can talk about. Let's first talk about your music. You've had several albums that you released. You got your self-titled debut, Ryan Balthrop. You got Fall Together and Leap of Faith.
Yep.
Out of those three, what's your favorite?
I don't know. It's hard. You can't really.
Are you one of those? Do you have favorites, or do you write a song and play it and you're like, I hate this and I don't want to play it anymore?
Yeah, there's some songs that just aren't relevant anymore, so I don't really play them for what I'm trying to say, you know. But and then there's I like different songs for different reasons, but in different albums, I like to group them together as an album. I think they all say something as a record.
Now, as a musician, what I love about you is that's so different than a lot of other people out here is you can listen to their album and it's beautiful and done so well, but all the songs kind of fade into each other. But you have this mix where one song could sound like a contemporary alternative song, and then the next song jumps from reggae to folk in just a second. And I love your ability to switch all this stuff up, and I'm super excited to hear what you're going to do today.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and I've always kind of prided myself on that, not boxing myself in to one thing, you know, because
it's like roll. The changes in roll, I absolutely love. I mean, it's so cool how it goes from that funk reggae into that Americana roll. I mean, it's just brilliantly done. It's so interesting. Reggae grass. I like that.
You know, whatever kind of grass, you know, you want to smoke. But But,
which the reggae thing, obviously, it carries you forward. I mean, you play all over the Gulf Coast, southeast, southwestern United States. You did tours in the Caribbean and Europe, and you go down to the beach a lot. I mean, it seems like, and I mean, your music reaches.
Had to play Floribama today.
Today, yeah.
The main beach stage. They finally did the main beach stage there. But yeah, Virgin Islands. I used to live down there, St. John, and I try to go back there every year. And
well, it's the beautiful thing is your music reaches a larger audience than just one genre of music, and that's, I think, to me, it's one of your greatest appeals. Is it reaches out farther.
I appreciate that because last night at gig at Sandbar in Orange Beach, the guy said, "What genre do you play?" And I love that question because did they expect me to just say, one genre?
Want to do some country?
And it's like, for just colors, I mean, why would you just pick one color? I mean, it's like my son, he's 6, Rylan. His favorite color is rainbow, and
it's beautiful.
He won't stray from that. His favorite color is rainbow, and that's the way music to me is. That's
the way it should be.
You can explore all kinds and all ways to express yourself.
Yeah. Now, so we said that you've been playing for 20 years, and just to give you all an idea out there, this man has played with some amazing artists. He's been in so many bands, and he travels all over. Again, like I said, if you haven't heard him, you should. Let me read you a quick list of the people that Ryan's played with. Dr. John, the Neville Brothers, the Commodores, Wet Willie, Marshall Tucker Band, Brandy Carlisle, Grace Potter, Robert Cray, George Porter Jr., Mark Versad, Donovan, Jason Isbell and the 400 Unit, Tedeschi Trucks Band, Rick Hirsch, Will Kimbrough, Grayson Caps, Christy Lee, and it goes on and on and on. I would love to sit here for 2 hours and talk about each one of these, but at least give us maybe one of your favorites.
Probably my most, there's a couple definitely tied to the Sanger Theater. Dr. John, opening for him with Eric Erdman and Harrison. We opened for Dr. John. That was pretty amazing. Got to sit and talk to him for a second afterwards. And
that is beautiful, man. That is so cool that you get to do it. I mean, I was telling you earlier, it's kind of why we started this On the Porch thing. It was my way of being able to sit here and talk to you. And you get to do that on a larger scale with these big-time artists and play with them. And it's just a testament of your talent and your ability.
And my luck. And knowing Chris Penton.
And your charisma. Oh, Chris Penton.
Yeah, he's the singer, the manager.
Okay.
I pay him.
Thank God for
I pay him
good friends.
$50 a month, and he throws me a gift. No, I was joking.
Give him a bottle of Jack or something.
Yeah. No, but yeah, man. And Dr. John actually opened for him on Dolphin Island too. And when I first saw him, he just pulled up, and I went and I said, "Hey, I'm Ryan. I opened in the band earlier. Can I get my picture with you?" And he goes, "It's your camera. Do what the you want to do with it."
Hell yeah.
And his wife grabbed the camera and took the picture. It was pretty sweet. But at the Sanger Tedeschi Trucks Band, it was Ryland's first concert.
Oh, wow.
And it was September 11th, and it was year after he was born, and he was born in 2014. And so we finished playing, and then Kelly brought Ryland backstage, and Susan Tedeschi was there with her Strat already on. And so I was like, "Can we get a picture?" And she goes, "Give me that, baby." And she held Ryland for like at least 5 minutes, just sat there with him on her Strat.
Wow.
While I'm just sitting there, just cheesing out. Just
in awe, nerding out.
Kelly's taking pictures. And then the stage manager taps her on the shoulder and she goes, you got to get on stage. She goes, "Oh."
Oh, man.
Hands the baby back. And it was a trip.
That is a beautiful thing,
Tedeschi
man.
Trucks Band, I would say, are carrying the torch for just all good music and good people. I mean, they're the real deal.
I mean, it's such a resume, and I know, like all the musicians now, all your gigs have been shut down. You're just now kind of getting back out. Is there any big ones that were coming up that you lost that you're really bummed about?
I had Costa Rica, April 1st through 12th. My buddy Jeff White booked it. I booked him in St. Thomas in 2008, and then he traveled around, and he lives in Colorado now, but he was booking that for me, and I fell through, and I was supposed to go to St. John for Carnival in July. It's over July 4th, and they canceled Carnival, so I canceled that trip.
And it's common. We've heard it from a lot of people, and for all you out there, obviously, and we'll throw it up on screen. But Ryan, you can search him out on Venmo, and do you have like PayPal or anything?
PayPal,
like that?
Slava Creek Sessions,
Slava
on
Creek
PayPal,
Sessions, which we're going to talk about later. But please send Ryan some money. He lost out on some amazing gigs, and so send this man some money. I'm telling you right now.
But yeah, send money.
Now, we're going to get to some other this stuff later, and I want to get to a song first. But real quick before we get to the song, we talked about this. You have a big announcement. Let's throw that announcement out right now.
Okay, yeah, playing Cruising on the Valor. That was actually moved, too. That was supposed to be this coming up this fall. But they moved it to April 24th out of New Orleans, and it's called Cruising on the Valor. And features Red Clay Strays, Christy Lee, Jamel Richardson, Blackwater Brass, just all kinds. Simone French and the Troy Troop. I'm playing with Eric Erdman and Ross Newell for a Port City Rising thing.
Here's the main question I have for you. Can I be your roadie on this trip?
You might be able to make that work.
I want to go on this trip. Come on now. This is going to be awesome.
They'll need, maybe we can work out the video.
Yeah, let's do that.
Freaking interviewing the artists on the boat.
That would be amazing. All right, there's the idea. Sergio, let's make that happen, man. All right, so we got that's coming up. So, and you said there was only 500 tickets being sold or something. Is that what you said?
500 cabins are being sold to the concert goers.
So, if y'all want to be on one of the most amazing, music trips around, there's only 500.
It's an amazing deal. It's like $500 a cabin. It's ridiculous. Like
wow.
And because he's got a lot of them booked, but he's because he had to change everything. Mm-hmm. He's just dealing with issues like everyone else is, but. It's a hell of a deal he's given. So if you look it up, it's all Mobile and New Orleans bands, and it's just going to be really cool.
Well, okay. Again, we got to get to a song because I want people to hear a song, and we'll get to some of this other interview stuff here later. But so the songs you're going to do today, and another big announcement from Ryan is he's getting ready to release a new album. And all the songs you're going to hear today are exclusive, not been out there. You're going to hear them for the first time right here on the Porch. So
that's right.
I have not heard them, which I'm bummed. Usually when I do these interviews, I like to really get into the music that we're talking about for the day, and I didn't get to do that this time. So which one are you going to do first? And tell us about this song.
I guess I'll do a song called Made It Halfway Through the Work Week.
Which I love the title already. So what's this about?
I was on the back porch painting, and I didn't know what time it was, and I go through the channel. I go from 91.3 to 92 Zoo. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll search other stuff, and then all of a sudden I just landed on this guy. He goes, "Hey y'all, made it halfway through the work week. Glad you're still with me. Hey, at least it's not a Monday. Hey, weekend will be here soon. Here's another song for you." He didn't say that, but he played a song that literally sounded like a commercial. And,
really?
And I just, I love, like I said, I love all music, but things that I just can't put up with, and so I changed the station. But he kept talking the whole way. He kept going, about this and that, and and then finally he finished talking, right when the guy started singing.
Yeah.
And by that time I was just like, God, shut up, But I don't know. Let the music speak for itself.
Heck yeah. Well, we're going to do that right now.
I have trouble doing that.
Well, we don't mind. That's what we're here for. We want to interview you first and talk anyway.
Right.
But right now we're going to get to the song. This is an exclusive. First time you're going to hear it. Made it halfway through the work week. Mr. Ryan Balthrop, everybody.
I just clocked out for lunch on a Wednesday. Got 45 minutes on my lunch break. Digging on the radio, trying to find a tune take my mind away. I just punched out for lunch on a Wednesday. Had as much of this week as I could take. Sitting in the car in the parking lot, some generic pop country DJ. He said we made it halfway through the work week. Hey, I'm glad you're still with me. And then he played a song, sounded more like a commercial break. We made it halfway through the work week. Hey, I'm glad you're still with me. We made it halfway through the work week. Glad you're still with me. I was reaching for the dial to find another tune. The man kept talking. He said the weekend will be here soon. Hey y'all, at least it's not a Monday. There's a place just down the road, a little meat and three. You get some friendly conversation, some good sweet tea, and the weekly buffet is every bit as good as on a Sunday. A Sunday. We've made it halfway through the work week. Hey, I'm glad you're still with me. We made it halfway through the work week. Glad you're still with me. Sat down with an old friend. We used to have some good times. He said, remember way back in 99, man, you was living the dream. You was living the life. You really had your light shining. Hey, I still got a light shining in me. Take a look closer if it's harder to see. Yes, I'm saving all my energy for the woman I love. She shines a light for me. Shine your light. We made it halfway through the work week. Hey, I'm glad you're still with me. We made it halfway through the work week. Yeah, I'm glad you're still with me. Yeah, 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 yeah. These days I'm grateful just to be alive. I play my music and it gets me by. I'm feeling every bit of 45, but I don't feel nearly halfway to 90. Yes, I keep my past right behind me. Got these scars here to remind me that I'm no longer gonna let my future come and find me. Halfway through the work week. Hey, I'm glad you're still with me. Made it halfway through the work week. I just punched back in from my lunch break. I got more perspective than I needed for one day. But I know my woman's gonna make me shake, and she'll make me quake down to my soul. Yeah, we made it halfway through the work week. Hey, I'm glad you're still with me. Made it halfway through the work week. Yeah, I'm glad you're still with me.
We're back. What'd I tell you? Brand new from Mr. Ryan Balthrop. Now, we're going to get into some more new music.
I haven't played the song yet. I didn't play it yet.
We're going to get back into the music here in a second. But first, let's talk about Slava Creek. in your sessions, okay?
Slava
I
Creek,
know,
yeah.
I know. Just like a lot of people, you've had to kind of find other things to keep you busy during this pandemic, and I noticed that you turn your Slava Creek into your live stream, and you've been live streaming a lot for that, and for other venues from Slava Creek. But you also have the Slava Creek sessions going on that you do twice a year. And so tell us about that. When's the next one, and what can we expect?
Well, we had April 18th. We had to cancel ours with Johnny Hayes and Christina Christian and Gypsy Spark, Jimmy Lumpkin, and
yeah, that would have been a
Brenda
good one.
Bledsoe.
All favorites of mine too. Those
We're
some
gonna
good
move
ones.
that to this fall. We haven't set a date yet. We got to get that going. But
Okay.
it's
Are you
pretty
going to
cool.
move the same people up, or are you going to do some different people? Or
Yeah, we're gonna get probably the same people and get some more.
awesome, awesome.
yeah.
I'm going to be there for sure.
We're
Now this is your home where you do this out of, and you also do a really cool thing that I love is the Slava Creek cleanup. You know, you get a bunch of canoes and you guys all go out and you clean up.
Yep, the Slava Creek Yak Club. You can get that right there. I don't know if you can zoom in or.
And we hadn't talked
Sorry.
about it yet, but make sure you go on Ryan's website, buy some merch, buy some art, buy yourself.
We need to make some of these. Oop. It's real good.
It's all good.
Social distancing there.
So you got your house concerts, you got your live streams, and you got the cleanup. And I know you're trying to promote all those and get people out there to help.
I bought a house on Slava Creek right off of McVeigh Drive, and it's right where it goes into Dog River, and it's where Dog River Clearwater Revival. They've been for over 30 years cleaning up the river, and then we just have little parties and go down the river and kind of help out. But the Osprey Initiative is another group, and they're working with Dog River Clearwater Revival.
Nice.
And they're putting traps up the creeks, up the Slava Creek, up Moore Creek, and a bunch of the other watershed little tributaries into Dog River.
Yeah.
Where a lot of the litter runoff goes. And they catch it with their litter getters, and then they have guys that come and maintain them.
Nice.
And empty them, and then they get whatever. It's really a good community thing happening, and we're just glad to be a little part of it. But yeah, I'm gonna do some Slava Creek cups like this, Slava Creek Yak Club cups.
Yeah, I want me one of them.
Got to get on that and sell some stuff.
And I know this isn't necessarily music related, but we do this not just to promote the artist's music, but we also do this to promote the things that in their life and what they love. And this is Ryan's home, and if you want to be a part of this, just Ryan will advertise it, and he'll get a bunch of guys out, bring your kayak, clean up the river, have a good time. I mean, it's not work, it's fun.
It's a good time. Slava Creek Yak Club on Facebook. You can look us up.
And so you've been doing your live streams from home. I've seen a lot of them, and they're super awesome. And I know that being with this pandemic that we went through has changed a lot of artists' lives and what they're doing. Do you think you're going to keep continuing to do the live streams, or are you going to head back out and be gone again?
I'm going to do both. I think this opened up a lot of doors for people that wouldn't have done it before. But there's some friends of mine that have done it around here that were doing it before, and I don't know how that was working out for them. I mean, I would watch them and enjoy them, and but now that it became a thing where you could, we were out of money, out of gigs, then it became a thing where people were watching these and going, "Hey, let's throw the guy $5 or $10, whatever," Yeah. And it really opened the mentality of online tipping.
I've noticed that too, and one thing that I've noticed that I really think is cool is that a lot of you guys that are usually always gone found this way of supplementing to where you could stay around more and be around the family more and be around, and that means I get to see you more because you're not traipsing all over the world because you're sticking around more.
Right. I mean, yeah, and we're not, we're sitting pretty close to each other. We're supposed to be, we're 6 feet apart, but the
we cut the video. So you do all these live streams. So you're no slouch to video. I know 2 of your videos made it to the top 10 South Alabama Film Festival. Was it your first 2 music videos?
It was Way Down Low. Dustin Rosinski, buddy of mine, he Port City Media Productions. He did it. And you can find that on YouTube. Way Down Low. It's It's about it's all filmed at my house, and both of my dogs that are both gone now, Duke and Daisy.
Oh man.
Were in it, and they're just my little buddies. You know, when I was down, it's kind of a song about mild depression. You know, I wouldn't say I have hardcore, you know, depression, but I have some, you know, instability issues, and that's a song kind of about that, about keeping your head above water, just kind of not getting too lost in your thoughts and stuff.
Well, you keep it well. I mean, we all know musicians all have a little bit of something in them that, you know, there's a little bit of brokenness in all musicians. That's where our you know, it all comes from, but you hide it well, and it comes out in your music. You must get it out and let it go.
I really do try to hide it well.
Well, I know we got to get to another song. Real quick, before we get to that, I really, my personal reason to doing all these interviews is I want to find out how does your songwriting come about? Where does it spring from? Do you come up with melodies first, lyrics first?
Lyrics, yeah.
Okay.
Almost always now. I mean, it's every now and then I'll get a melody in my head that I'll just kind of mess around, but that rarely. It's always based on lyrics for me, because you know, and then once that happens, I can always, the music comes naturally. Like what I've started doing last couple of years is when I do write, I sit down without my guitar or not without an instrument and think about whatever thought I had, you know, that impacted me to write the song, you know, and that way, you know, it helps me. I'm not writing, you know, kind of fluff songs that don't mean anything to me. I want to write songs that mean something to me, and that I think will mean something to somebody, you know, whether it'll make them laugh or whatever. But the main thing is start without the instrument, and then you formulate your lyric base, you know, everything in your thoughts, and get that together. And then once you do that, then you pick up the instrument, and the music just kind of comes out.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I found, like, because you know what mood you're trying to set with the lyrics. You know what your meaning is going to be, and it just kind of comes naturally almost.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear the next one. So what's the next one? What you going to do next? Again, this is brand new. Nobody's ever heard it. I haven't heard it. What's the next one?
What do you want to do? Country song? I have a country song, Sellout.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do that.
We're done. All right. So Ryan's going to do brand new song, our exclusive. He's going to do Sell Out. Mr. Ryan Balthrop, everybody.
I'm a sellout, ain't no doubt, and I'm gonna get what's mine. And I'm shameless, 'cause I know now I'm running out of time. So get the hell out, I'm gonna spell out another pointless rhyme. And I'll see you somewhere further down the line. I'm a sellout. You ain't gotta shout, but if you want to, that's fine. Well, I surely don't know what I say half the time. If we could chill out, and I'll belt out another pointless rhyme, and you can sing along this time. And we can sell out together, just like the man who's got us here screaming with our fists in our hands. And we can yell out to all the others, let's get together when we can. And they'll hear us, and we'll make them understand. Selling out sure beats working for the man. Yeah, I'm a sellout. I'm gonna sell out again and again. I just got so tired of living day to day, mouth to hand. Yes, I've lied, I've been tried, and I'll take the stand. I'm not just living for myself, so I'm getting all I can. So when I sing and do my thing, it's just a bird in the hand. It sure was better than working for the man. Yeah, it's so much better than working for the man. Let's sell out together, just like the man. He's got us here sitting with our heads in our hands. We can yell out to all the others, let's get together if we can. And they'll hear us, they'll make them understand. Selling out sure beats working. Selling out sure beats working for the man.
All right, we're back. There's Ryan Balthrop, his brand new stuff. We're going to get to some more of that here later. But first, we need to talk about, we're going to revisit. We talked earlier about all these amazing people we play with, and you actually wanted to talk about this, and I'm fine with it because I want to hear all these stories. Brandi Carlile. Tell us about that experience with Brandi Carlile.
Oh man, got to sing with me and my wife's hero, basically. Brandi Carlile's like Kelly and I's, like, you know how couples have their artist, you know,
Yeah.
she's her for us, and we've seen her a bunch of times, but she's another person that should run for president, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a
And
super sweet,
she's
down
just
to
an amazing
earth
person. She's just all inclusive, you know, totally 100%.
Yeah.
And I got to sing with her in Mexico, and
Which is on his website, by the way. You can see the video really super easy. Just hit his website when you're buying merch, and then scroll down the videos. You can see him sing with Brandi. It's really good. And Tom Hanks' wife introduced you.
Rita
said
Wilson, introduced us. She introduced from Mobile.
Mobile, that's right. Yeah.
She said
The crowd was chanting
Mobile, and and then it was going back and forth. It was hilarious. Brandi Carlile goes, Mobile, Alabama.
She had your back.
And so we got Mobile, some shout outs, but then
Now that song y'all did, was that one of your songs?
no, it was their song. It was Tim Hanseroth, Tim and Phil are the twins that play with her. They I think he wrote that one, but and I played with them three, and it was just
How
insane.
intimidating was that? I mean, were you
It
sweating
was
bullets or
insane.
what?
We played "Keep Your Heart Young," which it's just a great song, but it was insane. I can't.
I mean, y'all heard the list I rattled off. Like I said, he's got these story after story, and as a musician, I know. I mean, that's like the greatest dream, in my opinion. To me, it's not about being a rock star and flying around in a jet. It's meeting all these people that you grew up loving and that you always wanted to play with, and getting to touch greatness for even 3 minutes. You know?
And just and it was that. Like, she is that in every way.
Yeah.
I don't want to. But anyway, I highly recommend you if you look into Brandi Carlile.
Yeah, if you haven't, there's another one. Brandi Carlile.
The
Look into
twins. They'll change your life.
Now, something we haven't touched upon, we need to real quick before we finish our interview, is your art. I mean, Ryan takes these old window frames and with glass, and then he paints these scenes on them and buildings, and it's really amazing. It's something that he does to help supplement his income. But you can also find. Are they on your website?
Southern Window Art is
Southern Window
Facebook
Art.
page. That's, yeah.
So Southern Window
I think
Art.
there's a link on ryanbalthrop.com too. Yeah.
Real quick, tell us about that. Like, how did you get into this, and what made you want to paint on windows?
Played the Shrimp Fest every year, and they're doing it this year in October, but in Gulf Shores. And like 2014, after Kelly and I got married, I played it. And I bought one from this. There's a guy named Jeff Spade, and he does beach scenes and on windows from Pensacola. And so I just bought one from him and picked his brain about it, and he told me how to do it. And I went to my next gig at the Wine Loft in Mobile, our Legacy Bar and Grill, and the bartender had a truck bed full of windows.
No kidding. Wow. Talk about kismet right there.
Kismet. It was kismet. It was. He had, and I bought them from him, and he just said, "Yeah, I thought somebody had them, and I grabbed." It was the first gig from after buying the window, and so I kind of just fell into, and
Wow.
And then you take spray paint, and he would take acrylic paint and paint on the window, and then spray paint behind it. And so his technique, I'll take just spray paint and then etch it out with a razor or screwdriver. And then repaint that.
And it's really amazing art. I mean, you've done a few art shows and stuff, if I remember correctly. You haven't done one in a while, but...
I did one at South Alabama this March. Was it this March? Yeah, February.
Now,
January,
just recently, if you know Ryan and you've been watching him on Facebook, you'll know that he had a trailer where they stole all of his paintings. And it took...
They're all the ones from that show I had pulled down. Yeah,
really?
And some other ones. And and then some guys called me, and they said they put them in the storage shed, so I went and grabbed them. And
I can't believe you got them back, because we all know a lot of musicians who've lost it all. They steal all their guitars, their trailer, or whatever, and they never see it again. It's awesome that you were able to get your paintings
back. So I want to thank
man.
Steve for calling me.
Thank you, Steve. It was solid, Steve.
So some of them were broken, but really my favorite ones were fine.
I mean, to get most of them back, even if a few were broke, that's a beautiful thing.
It was really cool.
So you can go on southernart.com, right?
Southern Window Art.
Southernwindowart.com. Get yourself some original Ryan Balthrop paintings. They're super cool, and they'll look great in your, whatever room in your house. Hanging in your bathroom. It don't matter. Hang them everywhere.
Hang them in your bathroom.
All right, now we're going to get to the another song. Which song were you going to do? Because, again, we don't know any of these songs. Are you going to do The Days We're Living In next? Or Great Southern Wind next?
Yeah, let's do Great Southern Wind last.
Okay,
let's do
Great
The Days
Southern.
We're Done Living In.
The Days We're Done Living In.
It's actually about, I started writing it sitting on my back porch, and then I finished it writing it sitting on my brother's back porch in Brooklyn.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's kind of it's about getting out of your head, getting off your porch, getting getting a different perspective.
Yeah. It's from south to New York, man.
Yeah.
It's
it's
already
not
gone everywhere.
about any geographical thing. It's just about in your head, really. And also, I guess it is. It's about I don't know, you can take out of it what you want, but to me, it's about the days we're done living in, and you can say the days, D-A-Z-E, if you want, but it's really the days we're done living in, and I think a lot of us are waking up to that.
We are waking up
that right now. A lot of people have been woke to for a long time that I feel really weird speaking out about it now, because it's like, where the f*** you been the whole time?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it really does sound like it's apt for what we're going through right now, because we all been through. I mean, we're still going through it, but I mean, at some point, 2020 will be the days that we were done living in, and hopefully it will be much better than the days we're done living in now.
we gotta make it better for everybody, and that's it's about that. It's about our personal struggles, and it's about just how all of us need to come together with and help each other with our struggles.
That's perfect. I couldn't add anything better than that right there. So, the days we're done living in, Mr. Ryan Balthrop, everybody.
If you're looking out your front door and it feels like you're staring into a deep black hole, step outside yourself and see there's so many places left to go. What happened back then, it can happen again and again. But every day that goes by takes us further away from the places that we've been. Every time that we cry helps us say goodbye to the days we're done living in. The days we're done living in. Yeah, the world is a better place with you in it. Let's set ourselves aside for a minute. The day is yours, now go out and get it. There's so much that we can do to get by. Set aside our differences for a while. It'll help to find a new point of view. Hope we'll find it's all worth the while. All I wanna know is how do you do? How do you do? How do you do? It's such a simple question to ask. Could it lead us down a righteous path? It's such a simple question to ask. Oh, please shed some light on the past. Nothing ever happened around here, there would be no stories to be told. We gotta get out and get it hot and heavy till our blood runs cold. If no one really lived around here, there would be no one to have it hold. We gotta get out and get it hot and heavy till our blood runs cold. Till our blood runs cold. Till our blood runs cold. Cold. Pick yourself up, my friend. That's no way to let the day begin. Just pick yourself up, my friend. Something good coming around the bend. We gotta pick yourself up, my friend. Don't beat yourself up again and again. Pick yourself up, my friend. We're nowhere near the end. And every day that goes by takes us further away from the places that we've been. And every time that we cry helps us say goodbye to the days we're done living in. And every day that goes by takes us further away from the places that we've been. Every time that we try helps us say goodbye to the days we're done living in.
All right, we're back. We got one last song, Mr. Ryan Balthrop, and before we get into that, I cannot thank you enough for coming here, my friend. I know you played till 2 o'clock last night and got home at 3:30, ran here to tape, and you got to be at the Floribama at, what, 4? 4 o'clock. Thank you so much
My
for
pleasure, brother.
squeezing us in here.
No, thank you for having me. This is great.
And man,
and I've enjoyed all the other segments I've seen. Yeah, really good.
thank you. And you know, bringing your announcement of brand new song, your tour with the cruising, and I mean, we get all this new music, and it's just a beautiful thing. I love my job. I
some good questions.
appreciate that, man. Thank you so much for coming. So, everybody, please go on Venmo, PayPal. Throw this man some money. You know, he will like it. You know, all musicians, that's what we do. We want 2 things, money and applause. Make sure you give this man money and applause at all times, because it makes him feel good. And
Sometimes just a pause helps.
And again, before we end, I want to thank all this entertainment for bringing, you know, this production. Without them, we would not be here. The amazing guys that work behind the scenes here that you don't see. Thank you guys so much for making this amazing. And make sure you go on to Foxy Records. This is where you can catch our On the Porch interviews underneath the videos. On the Porch with Scott Bottrell. And we just got the YouTube channel set up for On the Porch. So we're bringing you on a whole bunch of different platforms. So again, one more time, thank you, Ryan. We're going to do one more song. It's called The Great Southern Wind. Everybody out there, please be kind to one another. Please be helpful to one another. You know, show some love to your neighbor. We're all still going through some crap, and it hasn't gotten that much better yet, but it will, and it's all going to be fine. So
and that's what this song's kind of about. Like, well, it's about people that aren't going through the crap anymore.
Nice.
And namely my best friend, who that's song who I wrote it about. He, Chris Miller, Richard Christian Miller. We were best friends since 1st grade, and
nice.
Best friends since 6th grade. But we, after we got in a fight in 6th grade, and then after that we became best friends.
Sometimes it takes that. You
Yeah.
gotta roll around, and punch each other a few times.
Yeah, and you know, it was that one person. Like I spent the night at his parents' house, you know, probably as much as I did my
Second parents, basically.
Yeah, and, but he drowned when he was freaking training for Grandman Triathlon in Fairhope at Fairhope Pier, and and it's been 4 years, May 31st.
Wow, I'm sorry, my
Yeah.
man. I'm really sorry. That's something that's so you can't ever get that back, and I'm really sorry, brother.
And you know, it doesn't get better, it just gets different, you know.
Yeah.
And that's another buddy of mine said, but I don't know, it's a song I wish I'd never written, but I think a lot of people, everybody can relate to it, and it's just about your spirituality when something like that happens to you, or when you lose someone and you have to, you know, take that pain and just process it with the fact that they don't have the chance to even feel that pain anymore. You know, but you know, and it's that you'll see them again. You know, that's you're not see them again, but you'll be with them someday. It's my faith and the energy that we all go to, and I know that he's in the good cloud of energy.
Yeah.
Wherever it is, and so
and that's a perfect way to end all this. You know, we're all part of that great big energy, and you know, even though we've all been stuck inside, and you know, we're all going to see each other again one day, whether it's today, tomorrow, or 50 years from now. And I'm really sorry for your loss, my man.
Thank you.
Thank you
And yours
again,
as well.
brother. Thank you, man. All right, y'all. Great Southern Wind, Mr. Ryan Balthrop. There we go.
I'm sitting here on the bay, spending some time with my old friend. We've been best buddies since I can remember when. I know someday I'm gonna see him again. He sailed away on that great southern wind. My good timing buddy was a hard-working man. Hard as I try, I will never understand. running with God now. I took him by the hand, flying with the angels and laughing at my plans. Sail away on that great southern wind. I'm gonna miss you dearly, my friend, but I know that I am gonna see you again when I sail away like you did back then on that great southern wind. I scream your name, I let the sadness take a hold. I've come to realize that no priest can save my soul. We sang in the choir on Sundays a long time ago. The preacher man didn't even learn his name and laid him in that hole. So I'm sitting here in my chapel and I'm watching the sun go down. Think about our past and I feel his presence all around. They couldn't save him on the day he drowned. Hear the angels singing, it's a goddamn lonely sound. Sail away on that great southern wind. I'm gonna miss you dearly, my friend, but I know that I am gonna be with you again when I sail away like you did back then on that great southern wind, on that great southern wind. Our tears are testimony of our love for those we've lost, and our laughter reassures them as they make their way across. As much as I'm hurting, I've never felt so alive before as I feel my friend rejoicing on God's golden shore, on God's golden shore. My friend, he is a kind soul, too kind for this world. Now the world is my oyster, but oh, he was my pearl. So here's a word of wisdom for those here left behind. Open up your heart, surely you will go blind. Open up your heart, surely you will go blind. I'm sitting here on the bay, spending some time with my old friend.
Oh man, somebody's calling me now.
We got to. It's
my mom. Hold on. Hey mom, I'm doing an interview on the porch. Can I call you back? Later on you can watch it. They're gonna edit it. Yeah.
Hi, Mom.
Scott says hi. Okay. All right.
I love doing stuff like this.